Here we have AP calculus AB problem. Okay, let's go with the information. Find the indefinite integral by u substitution. Hint, let u be the denominator of the integrand. Remember to use absolute values where appropriate. Use C for the constant of integration. Okay, here we have indefinite integral and we have to evaluate this indefinite integral. And the question clearly says that to get the result of the given indefinite integral, we can use u substitution. And also there is an int, that is we can assign the variable u for the denominator of this integrand. Okay, now let me start with u substitution. That is let u equals to the denominator of the integrand, that is 3 positive square root of 2x. Since I have assigned a new variable u over here, I have to get the complete integral in the new variable u. So I have to get everything in terms of the new variable u. Even for this dx, I have to get du. So if I want to get du, what should I do with this u? I have to find the derivative. Since we have the original integration with respect to the variable x, here we have to do derivative on both sides of this equation with respect to x. When I do derivative of this u with respect to x, I am getting du over dx. Okay, here 3 is a constant. When I find derivative of this constant 3 with respect to x, it will become 0. Okay, now we have to get the derivative of the square root of 2x. Let me do this separately. So square root of 2x prime. Okay, to get the derivative of the square root of 2x, first I have to write the square root as an exponent. When I write this square root as an exponent, the exponent will be 1/2. Okay, now we can find the derivative of this one using the power rule of derivative. That is, we have to bring this exponent in front of the variable and subtract 1 from the exponent. Then I'm getting 1 over 2 times 2x whole to the power of 1/2 negative 1. So far I have completed derivative only for the exponent 1/2. By chain rule, I have to do further derivative for the base 2x. So here 2 is a constant multiplied by the variable. When I find derivative, if there is a constant multiplied by the variable, I have to keep the constant as it is and I have to get the derivative of the variable alone. When I find the derivative of this variable x with respect to x, I'm just getting 1. 1/2 times 2x to the power of, when I simplify this one, 1 over 2 negative 1, I'm getting negative 1 over 2 times 2 times 1 is just 2. So this 2 and 2 will cancel out. I'm getting 1 times 2x to the power of negative 1/2. So here the exponent is negative. To make this exponent as positive, what I have to do is I have to move this term to denominator. When I do so, I am getting 1 over 2x whole to the power of 1/2. When we have the exponent 1/2, it can be written as square root. Then I am getting 1 over square root of 2x. So the derivative of this square root of 2x is 1 over square root of 2x. So we can write 1 over square root of 2x. Okay, so I have to solve for du in this equation. For that, I have to get up the denominator dx over here. For that, I multiply both sides of this equation by dx. When I do so, this dx and dx will cancel out. I am getting du equals to 1 over square root of 2x times dx. Okay, here in this equation, I have to solve for dx. For that, I have to get rid of the fraction 1 over square root of 2x. So for that, I multiply both sides by square root of 2x. Let me do it. So the square root of 2x will cancel out. I am getting square root of 2x times du equals to dx. Okay, now what we can do is in this integration for this dx, we can plug in the stuff. But the problem is still we have the variable x over here. As I said already, we have to get this complete integration in terms of the new variable u. So I got the stuff that is equivalent to dx. But in this stuff, still we have x over here. So how do you have to get rid of this x? For that, we can solve for square root of 2x in this equation over here. So when I solve for square root of 2x in this equation over here, I'm getting u negative 3 equals to square root of 2x. So we can plug in this u negative 3 for this square root of 2x over here. So then I'm getting u negative 3 times du equals to dx. Now I got the stuff for dx, which is completely in the variable u. Okay, now let me go to the given integration. So integral 1 over, for this expression, for 3 positive square root of 2x, we can plug in u, because the u is the variable we have assigned for this, for the denominator of the integrand. So for this one, we can plug in u, and for this dx, we can plug in u negative 3 times du. Let me write it over here, u negative 3 times du. Now we can multiply this 1 and u negative 3, then I'm getting u negative 3 over u du. Integral, here u is the common denominator for the terms in numerator. Since u is the common denominator, it can be taken as denominator separately for each term in the expression we have in numerator. Then I'm getting u over u negative 3 over u times du integral. So when we simplify this u over u, I'm just getting 1 negative. This 3 over u can be written as 3 times 1 over u times du. Okay, here we have 1. So whenever we integrate a constant, the constant has to be multiplied by the variable with respect to which we do integration. So we are doing integration over here with respect to the variable u. So the integration of this constant 1 is, so the constant 1 has to be multiplied by the variable u. 1 times u is u. And here the constant 3 is multiplied by the variable. Whenever there is a constant multiplied by the variable in integration, what we have to do is we have to keep the constant as it is and we have to integrate the variable alone. So the integration of this 1 over u with respect to u is a natural logarithm of absolute value of u. And since it's an indefinite integral, we must add the constant of integration, that is c. And here we may have a question, why do we take absolute sign for this u over here? Actually, logarithm is defined only for the positive value of its argument. Here we have natural logarithm, so it's defined only for the positive value of its argument. So what is the argument? The argument is the value we have over here. So always this value has to be positive. Even if u is negative, because of the absolute sign we have over here, it is positive. So this is the reason we take absolute sign for the u over here. Okay, now we got the result for the given indefinite integral, but we got this result in terms of the variable u. So this variable u was taken by us. It has to be replaced by the original stuff, that is 3 positive square root of 2x. So let me plug in this 3 positive square root of 2x for the u over here and here. Let me do it. Then I'm getting 3 positive square root of 2x negative 3 times natural logarithm of absolute value of 3 positive square root of 2x positive c. So this is the result of the given indefinite integral 1 over 3 positive square root of 2x dx.